Coming up on This Week in Procurement, yes, there's a federal shutdown, but not all agencies stop buying. So let's stay focused on the 5 opportunities you can move on right now, plus a quick positioning play for your lane. Welcome to This Week in Procurement, your weekly outlook on state, local, and education government contracting opportunities. I'm your host, Abby Souffrant. Let's get into the top 5 opportunities that stood out this week. First up, we have a contract out of the state of Arizona for low-income housing tax credit consulting. This is not just fill out a form. This scope includes site review, plan review, strategy to meet housing goals, and a written recommendation on award likelihood, plus financial and ROI projections. So this is a best fit for our housing consultants and finance and development advisory teams. Now, this particular contract sends signals that housing agencies are buying award strategy, not just paperwork. Next, we have a contract out of the state of New Jersey for professional cleaning, sanitizing, and disinfecting. This contract includes routine cleaning plus disinfecting high-touch surfaces, carpet care, and exterior window services. This is a great fit for our janitorial firms that have documented processes, staffing coverage, and quality control checklists. Now, this opportunity signals that buyers are looking for repeatable systems, not just we'll keep it clean. Next, we have an opportunity out of the state of Minnesota for investment strategy development with a $250,000 budget. This scope includes policy gap analysis, urban design conditions, and a final policy framework that's tied to a long-range plan. This is a best fit for planning firms, policy consultants, and resiliency teams. This signals that cities are funding future-proof planning, especially resilience and public realm strategy. Next, we have an opportunity out of the state of Oklahoma for grant writing and grant management. Now, this is a full cycle contract, so bear with me. They are looking for support with research, tracking, narrative and budget justification, submission, and post-award reporting. So this is a great fit for our grant firms and our program management teams. And the signals that these agencies are putting out there are that they're buying capacity because grants are survival. Last, we have a contract out of the state of Colorado for a custom database build for school meal ingredients with a budget of $35,000. They want a cloud-based system that sorts out ingredients, calculates nutritional value, and produces compliance reports. So this is a great opportunity for our software development firms, our data teams, and our compliance reporting builders to hop on this opportunity. Now, this opportunity also signals that education buyers are paying for visibility and compliance, just not an app. Now, I don't want you guys to miss out on these opportunities, so right here below, make sure you save this video to come back and review it later. Here are some key things that I want you guys to remember. Don't pitch your services. I want you to make sure you're focused on pitching your outcomes, proof, and reporting. That is where your value lies. Now we're going to take a look at the big picture from January 23rd to the 29th. There were 24,842,000 new opportunities that were released nationwide. So that tells us 2 things. Buyers are still moving, and winners will be the firms that show clarity, compliance, and repeatable delivery. Now let's look down at our regions, starting with the East Coast. The East Coast is trending towards public service, staffing stability, and compliance. As well as in the states of New York, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania, they show a strong momentum that is tied to operational continuity and service delivery. So if you're in human services or workforce staffing, even support operations, this region rewards vendors who can document capacity and performance. So expect scopes that require clear reporting, background checks, and structured communication. Heading down to the south, They are trending towards workforce development, training, and modernization support. The states of Texas, North Carolina, and Tennessee continue to push their projects that are tied to skills pipelines and operational upgrades. So if you deliver training, staffing, or IT support, this is a strong region for repeatable and ongoing work. So expect your buyers in this area to favor vendors who show readiness with onboarding plans, timelines, and measurable outcomes. Heading towards the Midwest, there are trends towards efficiency, reporting system, and municipal upgrades. The states of Wisconsin and Indiana are showing steady demand for vendors who can streamline operations and improve compliance. This region is looking for consistency and low-risk execution. So expect different scopes of work to follow around clear deliverables, documentation requirements, and performance tracking. And finally, heading over to the West Coast, a couple things that are trending are technical services, access, and scalable support for growing regions. Nevada and Utah are showing stable opportunities to service expansion and technology delivery. And also a new trend that's kind of popping up on the Western states, they're leading the momentum towards adopting phone-free policies in schools to minimize digital distractions. So expect scopes that emphasize timelines, implementation plans, and ongoing support. Next, we have our Dear Abby segment. Dear Abby, I'm nervous about speaking to buyers. What do I say? That is a phenomenal question. So glad that you asked that. Everyone initially, when they start out, have that question. So I'm really glad that you asked that. So I want you to know that buyers don't need a perfect speech. They need risk reduction. So keep it simple. 3 things I want you to keep in mind. First is outcome. We help agencies achieve whatever you do, okay? Second is process. This is how we deliver and communicate. Third is proof. Here's a similar example and the results. Now, when you have compiled all those answers, I want you to take a step back and ask yourself, what does a successful vendor look like for this project? That question will tell you exactly what they value, so don't overthink it. If you want clarity on your next best step, take our Government Contracting Readiness Assessment. And if you want weekly structure, behind-the-scenes training, and weekly contract drops from our executive team, make sure you join us inside our Under Contract Academy. That's it for this week on This Week in Procurement. Remember, opportunities are everywhere. I'm Abby Souffrant, and I'll see you next week.